15 years ago, my twin brother and I started our fitness coaching business purely online, dynamic duo training. And in this video, we're gonna teach you guys a fast track, 3 steps on if you are starting from zero, ground zero, barely beginning right now, and you guys wanna go online, whether you guys are stuck in a brick and mortar, or you guys are just like, hey, I wanna just go fully online, starting from ground zero, I don't even know what to do. Then we're gonna show you guys 3 steps and give you guys the fast track on what we would do now after 15 years of experience, all the mistakes we've made, all the investments we've made through mentorships and coaches in starting your business, whether it's making an additional $10,000 a month, $20,000 a month, or whatever number you guys want to insert. So let's go to the whiteboard now inside the office so we can show you guys the 3-step process. Okay, before I get into showing you the 3 steps on what I would do if I had to start from scratch again, from zero to grow your online fitness coaching business, okay? Especially to like a 6-figure business, what I would do. I like to show first what's called the 6-figure lifestyle fitness business, because this is what we teach in our accelerator mentorship, is to build this 6-figure online fitness business empire, okay? This is you right here with some of the goals you want to hit, whether it's 10K months, an extra 5K months, having a certain amount of clients, whatever it is right there. So what we focus on here is attract, capture, and then coaching, okay? So let me write these down briefly for you guys. So under attract here, okay, there's 3 different things that you're going to focus on building here, right? And the first one is your perfect future client, which I'm going to talk about a little bit in this video. So that's your avatar, that's your niche, okay, online. The second one is we call magnetic messaging. And then also, if you want the copy of this whole entire worksheet, it's a pretty cool worksheet. So just click the link below in the description box. You guys can download that, do pen to paper. I think it always works better and just bakes the nervous system and makes you take more action than just typing notes and then, just rewatching it or trying to guess. So magnetic messaging is really tying in like the pain points, wants, frustrations, desires, all that stuff, right? How you articulate your message to that perfect future client. And the next one is basically lead gen. And we're talking about profit plays here. We're not talking about just posting content. I don't consider that lead generation. I consider that something, just a basic thing you have to do every single day as an online business owner, right? Especially an online health and fitness coach. Going the organic way is like you have to post content on it. That's the most basic thing you have to do. I'm talking about lead gen, profit plays that actually get you leads and get you prospects and get you book calls, okay? If we move on here to capture, what I'm going to talk about today in this video is the high ticket transformation offer. That's one of the real key ways that I would start from scratch again, is focusing a lot on the high ticket transformation offer. And then from here, it's the 2-step sales process. And I'll talk about that a little bit here. It's a 2-step sales process I think works really well if you're, especially if you're starting from 0 to 10, okay? 10K months. And then the third part here is obviously your sales skills. So you need some sales skills. I mean, do you need to be, the best like saleswoman, salesman in the world to get from 0 to 10K and starting from scratch? No, but you're going to need some sales skills, okay? You're going to need some confidence. You're going to need some clarity. You're going to need a little bit of persuasion, right? You're gonna need some of that, right, to be able to make some of these deals. Okay, now the last part, coaching, which you do really well as a coach. There's 3 parts with that we focus on with our students: systems, processes. Okay, that's like basically your whole streamline of your business to make it work like a well-oiled machine. The onboard process, the accountability check-in process, client load, all that stuff. Then you get into delivery. So delivery is what you do really well, right? Whether you're a fitness coach, online health and fitness coach, nutrition coach, holistic coach, health coach only, whatever it is, what you specialize in, and you get people results so they pay, stay, and refer. Okay. Now the next one is like scalable model. So this is like if we're like, hiring team, hiring like help with VAs, are we adding adjacent products? Are we going from like one-to-one online to group model, things like that, okay? But I like to show you this before I get into the 3 steps, right? Because if you look at this, I mean, this is you right here, whatever goals it is you guys want in your business. Well, there's 3 ways to really only able to do this. And I'm showing you the 3 ways under track, capture, and coaching to be able to get your goals and stuff like that, right? And then on top of that, what I like to say too, when you're getting your actual goals and you're building this lifestyle empire and business, is obviously we're going to create more income, which is great. It's great for you, right? It's great for your family. It's great for your lifestyle. I like to say also is impact and freedom. So we want you guys to have more impact and influence, right? With helping tons of people around the world to help end disease, reverse disease, cure disease, right? Really making a difference. And then the freedom as well too, whether it's like freedom of like time with your family, freedom of like location freedom, okay? It can be financial freedom too. And the last part we're big here, like in our mentorship, is character. I know a lot of people don't talk about this, but to us, this is a very big value to where it's like, if you're in our mentorship, when you come in here day one, when you leave after the mentorship, we want you to be a different person. We want you to be that 2.0, 3.0, 4.0 version of yourself. And it's all about developing your character and changing your thinking and changing your mindset, okay? And being a better business owner. So if you really step back and look at this, right? This is a 6-figure lifestyle fitness business right here. And again, if you want to kind of just like accelerate this whole video and be like, okay, Chris and Eric, you got me on this, right? Okay, just click the link below and we can have a discussion, see if you guys are a good fit and if we can actually help you out. Okay. If not, if you're like, okay, I get it, it's cool. Show me the 3 steps so that you can get me from 0 to wherever it is if I'm just starting off. Okay, let's do that then. So if you look at this right here in this worksheet, this is called the high ticket transformation model. Okay. So where I would start off with here, again, going back to what I just showed you in that past image is the PFC, guys. It has to be that avatar, that niche, and it's got to be clear on who you want to work with. It's got to be one singular target market. Can't be 2, 3, 4 different people on here, okay? It's going to make things so much better, like for your guys' messaging and easier for your content production, your ads, your lead generation, all that, okay? Now from here, then I would move on to building out that high ticket transformation offer, okay? So I'm going to talk about that a little bit more like in the next step 2 on this, but it has to be a high ticket transformation offer to where it's like, you're selling something for, I would say $2,000 or more, guys. Like, it's even $1,000 like for a 12-week transformation. It's just, it's fine to start off with, but man, like don't sell yourself short. Like people can afford a $2,000 12-week program, guys. As long as you know who that perfect future client is on there, you guys are worth every single penny in that. And the way we teach you how to package up this high ticket transformation offer, and then basically if you have the sales skills as well too, you can sell $2,000, guys, of a high ticket offer. Now the next part here is the set call. This is part of the 2-step process I showed you in the other part. So the set call right here, this is really just like a 10 to 15 minute call. And it's really designed, guys. It could be a phone call, it could be a Zoom call, it could be a WhatsApp call, an Instagram call, whatever you guys want to do. But it's really designed to just build trust and build rapport and qualify the prospect and see if they're a good fit, right? If they're going to be committed and driven and actually do the work. And if they really have a problem that you can help solve. And then thirdly, is like, do they actually have the financial means to be able to invest in your program as well, too? If not, like, why are we wasting more than 15 minutes on a call with somebody like that? If they're not serious, they're not committed, they're not willing to do the work, they don't have the financial means, and they don't even have like a real problem that they're clear about they want to solve. What's the point, right? So from there, cool. We qualify them. We think they're going to be a great fit. Then we do what's called an inspo call. So the inspo call is called inspirational selling. It's a concept we teach inside the mentorship here, and it's all about inspiring people to take action, right? So that they can finally do something about their health and fitness and fix that problem there. And all we're doing, guys, is inspiring them and then coaching them through. And hopefully they make that right decision with you, and your program's a good fit to help them solve their problem on there, okay? So that's what I would start off with. Step 1 here is this high ticket model where it's like we're focusing on one singular target market, something you can sell for $2,000 plus, do a set call to really qualify and build trust, and then close them on an inspo call and then enroll them into your guys' mentorship. If you're finding value in this video, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button so you guys get notifications when we have more value-based videos like this to grow your guys' fitness coaching business. Okay, moving on to step number 2 is the content machine on here, okay? Because now it's like we have that one singular target market that hopefully you're very clear on, right? And hopefully you have the magnetic messaging that matches with their pain points or wants or desires. Then we have basically the high ticket transformation offer, and you have an idea of what the whole entire 2-step process is to be able to sell them into. Okay. Well, now it's like, okay, you're like, I got all that stuff, but how do I get people coming in, right? How do I get the flood of leads and how do I get people inquiring and all that stuff? Okay. Well, this is where the content machine is going to help you out here. So again, what I mentioned earlier is you got to have that perfect future client. It's got to be that one singular target market. And then from here, you have to have that magnetic messaging. Okay. So let me give you an example. Let's just say right here, you're working with, moms with kids and they're over 40. Okay. That's a pretty clear like target market avatar, right? Perfect future client. Mom with kids, 40 plus, they're looking to get their body back, feel more confident, right? Maybe lose like 20 to 30 pounds. Okay. Now, again, the magnetic messaging has to match all that. Again, what are their desires? What are their aspirations within their health and fitness? What is their long-term fears? Like if they don't sit there and do something about it, what's their short-term goals, right? What keeps them up at night? So this is all the psychographics, like in their mind, what's going on in their mind, which basically elicits a pain, right? And a problem to where it's agitating them like every single day, where it's like they got to get this solved. And then they come across like your ad, they come across your content, they come across your video or reel, and then they're like, okay, yeah, you got my interest. Let's book a call. Okay. That's how it works. So that's why it's so important with the PFC and the magnetic messaging. This is what's cool, right? Is you can really use this content machine right here. Okay. So if you look at this, it's kind of like a gun barrel in there where you put the bullets in. So your bullets, right, is now that you guys have this, well, now you have some bullets here, opportunity wise across social media. If you guys want to do this organically, right? So you have Facebook, you guys can post on, right? You guys have Instagram, you guys have TikTok, you guys have LinkedIn. You guys can even repurpose some of your guys's Instagram Reels and TikTok Reels as shorts on YouTube. Okay. So you have 5 different ways you guys can now start getting attention on your guys' brand because you guys are clear on that perfect future client, the magnetic messaging. And what it's doing here is it's making the content on these channels so easy and so clear for you to do because you're not talking to 5 or 10 different people. You're talking to one person here. In this example, moms with kids 40 plus. And if you know all this stuff right here, man, that makes content right here way easier to sit there and do. It actually makes it fun to actually do on here. Okay. With that, you're probably like, okay, I get it. What kind of content do I produce now that I know my PFC, the magnetic messaging, I have the channel options on here. And I'm not saying do all 5 channels here, but you guys can pick a couple and really double down on. Okay. So now it's like, okay, what kind of content do I post? Well, you guys can sit here and do what's called the content matrix here that we teach in our accelerator mentorship. So right here, it's a connection post. These connection posts just are mainly about like you, the coach, because people buy coaches, not coaching. So they want to get to know you, right? They want to know like what you're about outside of just like health and fitness coaching. Do you have a family? Do you have, friends, loved ones? What are your hobbies? What are your interests? What are you into? What do you stand for? Like what's like, you can talk about religion, you can talk politics, whatever you guys want to do, right? But you guys can bring them into your guys' world and connect with them. That's a very powerful way, right, to get clients is having some sort of connection style posts. Now, the next one here, guys, it's called value. Now, this is basically where I think health and fitness coaches create too much of this value. This is like top of funnel, how to do this, how to do X, Y, Z, right? 3 steps, 5 steps. To me, it's overkill to where it's just like people can look that stuff up anywhere, and they're just probably tired of seeing that type of content on here. But does that mean it doesn't have a place in value? No, because you should, because people want to see your expertise. They want to hear your philosophy. They want to hear it come out of your mouth. They want to see your teaching, your frameworks, your guys' models, your concepts, right? So you should do this, but it should be maybe about like 2 posts per week on something like this, 3 max. Okay. Now the next one here is what we call proof. So this is social proof. So if you guys have screenshots of like client wins, that they've lost X amount of pounds, that they've fit into certain like, clothes from before, right? They've had maybe more intimacy with their like husband or spouse, something like that, right? Maybe it's a before and after picture of a major transformation. Maybe it's case study video, right? Maybe it's a short reel of them like just talking about a win that they got within like working with you. That's all powerful social proof. That's results driven marketing on there. Okay. So if you guys have that, post that as much as you possibly can because there's nothing that substitutes for that. Okay. Now, the next one here is what we call invite. This is you inviting people to work with you. It can be a soft call to action. It can be a hard call to action, right? It can be very direct. It can be indirect, right? It could be just hit the like button, tag somebody, share this, right? Leave a comment, right? DM me a word, right? Go see the link in the bio, whatever it is on there, but lead somebody, guys, because people want to be secretly led. And after you give a really good piece of content, they're like, okay, cool. Like they're waiting for the next logical step. The next logical step is that invite on there. And on step 3 now, if I were to start from scratch, from zero and get to say 10K months, right? In your fitness coaching business, well, step 3 is capture attention into paying clients. Okay. So let me show you guys what I'm talking about here. So right here, we call these the 4 C's with these circles. Okay. So the first one is your guys' content. So what did we just talk about in the last step right there? I gave you guys basically channels to post on and a great framework of the content matrix. So you guys can now post content. So you have to post content here, guys. I think it has to be daily at this point, right? Does it have to be breakfast, lunch, and dinner? Probably not, right? But like you have to post daily to be top of mind and to gather attention and get people to be like, hey, you're posting on every single day at this time or this thing right here. I'm depending on it. Don't make it about yourself. Make it about serving other people. So you got to post content daily, okay, to get people's attention. So from there, what that does, right, is it gets people's eyeballs right here on you. Eyeballs, attention. Now, the next C is you connect with people. Okay. So we can call that a heart. Oops, that's not a bad heart. Where it's like, okay, they liked your content. Maybe they liked it. Maybe they left a comment. Maybe they shared it. Maybe you got a story view on there. Great. That's a green light to where it's like somebody's interested in what you guys are doing, what you guys are posting, especially if you see the same person like seeing your guys' content over and over. That's a green light to start what then we call a conversation. We'll put convo right there. So conversation, I don't know. We'll put 2 people right here. Then we start a conversation, which is like, hey, thank you so much for the love on the post. That's it. We don't have to be like, hey, buy my stuff. Hey, throw a link at them, right? Join my program. We don't have to do all that stuff. It's just genuine conversation. Just be just genuine and just honest. Thank you so much for the love on whatever the post was or whatever the video was or whatever piece of content was. It means a lot to me. What was the biggest takeaway you had on there, right? Is anybody else you can share this with or tag somebody with? Just be honest and just real with people right there. From there, then it opens up a dialogue to where like, hey, I liked maybe the fact that you talked about a reel on 3 different ways on how I could sit there and lose stubborn belly fat if I'm a mom 40 plus and I'm looking to lose 30 pounds, right? Maybe you talked about, if you're a woman hitting 40 and then yeah, what are some things to worry about with fatty liver disease or something like that? You see where I'm going with this? They may have really liked the content to where now there's a connection. Now you can open up a conversation with them. And that conversation from there could lead to booking a call with somebody right here to where it's like, okay, in between here, we set up the 15-minute call that I just taught you and then the inspo call. Well, then we can convert them into a client on here. So that's why I love the 4-step 4 C's, because in between these pockets here, guys, we're just building trust and delivering value and going back and forth to people until we get to that point where we can ask them, hey, do you want to jump on a call? Right. Then we do that set call and then we jump onto like that, 30 to 45-minute inspo call if they check out, and then we convert them into a client and we enroll them. Okay. And whoops, I kind of fast forwarded here to where this is the set call. This is the inspo call, and then we enroll them. I created these things and I just kind of don't even use them and stuff like that, but they look pretty cool, right? When you download them and stuff. But that's really it, guys. I mean, that's the 3 steps right here. If I kind of recap this, if I started from scratch, again, I would first really consider this 6-figure lifestyle fitness business model right here that I said, because if this is you right here and you want to say get to 10K months, add extra 5K, get to 20K months, right? Add a certain amount of client load. Well, these are the 3 ways. It's attract, capture, coaching. And I just showed you guys everything on the outside. And then here in the purple, if you want to create more income, have more impact and freedom, and build your character, right? Then those are the ways to do it through this 6-figure lifestyle fitness business. Then if we go into like the nuances here, step 1, build the high ticket transformation model here. Step 2, the content machine. And step 3, capture attention into paying clients. That's how I would do it, guys. All right, so I really hope that you got a lot of value out of this whole entire training, literally a masterclass almost with these 3 steps. Download the worksheet, make sure to watch the replay, take some copious notes, and just implement imperfectly on these 3 steps. If you're starting from zero and you implement these things, you will make money. You will be on that fast track rather than literally Googling things, just a bunch of AI stuff and trying all these different things. It's not working, okay? So the next thing is, if you guys want to fast track this even more and accelerate the learning curve, is book a call with us below in the description box so we can just see if we are a good fit, if we can actually truly help you out. So just take advantage of that by clicking the link below and just booking that call, okay? Other than that, what I like to do is I always like to end these videos on a really solid note, on a high note, right? Really giving thanks to God and just really just doing a prayer, because I feel like everybody needs a prayer, okay? So if you don't want to watch this, all good. You guys can click off and go watch another video that we have on there. If you do want to receive this, then just right now I'm going to close my eyes and I'm going to say a prayer for you, okay? Heavenly Father, thank you so much for this opportunity to be able to do this video on helping this health and fitness professional, whether they're starting from scratch, whether they're looking to go from a brick and mortar to go fully online. I ask you to give them the courage, the wisdom, the boldness, the plan, God, the route to make this a smoother transition for them as they're looking to grow their business and help more people and help people end diseases, reverse diseases, cure diseases, to be able to advance your kingdom, God. I ask for just a smooth transition for them and to be able to give them that confidence in this case, to be able to go online, impact more people, have more money, God, create more impact, God, create more independence, God, create more influence, and build their character and change their thinking during this whole entire process. In your name I pray, amen. Hopefully you received that, guys. We'll see you guys in the next training. I'm out.